What's up, you money makers and RDBX stockholders? Welcome back to the channel. I got a ton of questions around RedBox, whether the squeeze can happen, whether the gamma squeeze can happen, yes or no. Those are the questions that I've been getting. Here I am sharing my own research analysis and the details I found with you. The important question that I also got is, what does this mean that RedBox Entertainment RDBX reports warrant exercise agreement? I'll be talking in more detail as to what this means and why this could potentially, the way you should think is it's $1 million stock dilution. In other words, that will be added into the float. So I'll be talking in more details what that $11.50 price point means. What is that 1 million stocks that we have been talking about lately? We'll also talk about why sell only option buttons are available and why all these financial institutions are being cautious about RedBox, whether there'll be short squeeze or not, what the short interest looks like. What is that 104% short interest float means? What is the off exchange short float of 4 million plus share means, and how it can come up with the short squeeze discussion and or potential gamma squeeze. What's going to happen after this options or warrants are exercised? So let's talk about all that juicy information. If you're all in it to win it, just hit the like button. If you really believe that RedBox will go above and beyond that it did in the past, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. We have seen that it went all the way to $27. Is that potential that it can go more than $27 in upcoming days, upcoming weeks? Let's talk all about that. I am not a financial advisor. This video only for the information or educational purposes and or more of an entertainment purposes. But do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out when there is gamma squeeze and I have to share that information with you in real time when you need that information the most. Now, let's talk about what is going on. In last 1 month, we have seen some spikes and valleys in general with RedBox. If you take a look at last 6 months, we have seen that from $2, we went all the way up to $12.59 or almost $13, which is 470% gain all in all. Now, if you take a look at last 5 days, we are down 30%. For last 1 month, we are up 108%. For last 6 months, we are only up 38%. Now, what this means that RedBox Entertainment RDBX reports warrant exercise agreement. So when there was a SPAC merger happened last year in 2021, these warrants are there. And when the warrant exercise letter agreement happened with this Seaport Global SPAC LLC, a Delaware limited liability company, that they pursuant to which Seaport and company agreed that Seaport will exercise its affiliated exercising options warrants as an aggregate of 1 million private placement warrant, which Seaport and certain of its affiliate purchased on a certain date, which was dated November 27, 2020, on a cash basis as practicable. Now, what happened is the exercise price for each warrant is $11.50 per share. Now, this is very important for you to know. If you own RDBX, or you are trying to get into RDBX, if you're expecting the squeeze, you really want to understand what exactly that means. And I will share what it means to me, or at least what I researched based on what I found. The exercise price for each warrant is $11.50. The company will receive $11.5 million in cash from the exercise warrants by the Seaport. The company will not receive any proceeds from the sale of the shares underlying such warrants, which means once these warrants are executed, that will be added 1 million stock dilution, or 1 million stock will be added into the float, and that will be, in other words, could seem like stock dilution. Now it's just 1 million, but if you really want to understand what that 1 million means compared to what numbers that we are talking about, so this is once again RDBX and their float is 3.94 million. So 1 million, in my understanding, it will be added into the open float. So that will be a significant number. I'm not saying it's a huge number, but it's going to be consumed within the retailer transactions that are happening, which means the retailers are going to pick those stocks up. And this particular company, C40, is hoping that once they pay $11.50 per share to the company, which is RDBX, they're hoping to sell it at a higher price than $11.50. But that proceed will not be received by RDBX. Rather, this proceed will be for Seaport. That's how I understood. Now, if you agree with me, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you disagree with me, write down in the comment section below what do you think it means. Now with this 1 million shares of Class A common stock of the company will be received by Seaport upon the exercise of the private placement warrants that was described in the paragraph 1 that we just discussed. Now why this could or this could not cause the short squeeze or gamma squeeze? Now if there were no restriction by the financial institutions, that would have been happened. The gamma squeeze would have been happened because take a look what it means. The short interest float is 104% give or take, which is a huge short interest percentage float. And with the short volume of 4 million plus shares, it's also massive. Now if you think about in general what it means in terms of the short volume ratio on FINRA, that is 47.95 short volume ratio, which means there were total 8.5 million trades. Out of that, 4 million were short volume trades. Before that, on 16th of June, there were 13 million total FINRA volume. Out of that, 7.3 million was just the short volume. That puts the FINRA short total volume ratio of 56.15. Right before that, 17.5 mil put the short volume stock of 9.3 million with 53.17. So this could have happened if these steps were not taken by the financial institutions. We have seen that many are talking on Reddit, Twitter, and other platforms, including TD Ameritrade. We also saw that for the Robinhood app, so on and so forth. The RedBox Stock fans sound off on the sell on only option. Several exchanges are taking steps to limit trading in RedBox Stock, RDBX. The movie and the video game rental company is being acquired by CSSE, which is Chicken Soup for the Soul Entertainment. Now, RDBX stock was caught in the short squeeze. Now, all in all these warrants that we have been talking about with Seaport, they were underwater. They were losing money. There was no way that they could have sold. The agreed price was, once again, $11.50 last year, and the stock was trading at $2 to $3. Take a look right here. If you take a look before 1 year, the stock was trading between $1, $2, and $3. $1 and $3 rather. At that point, Seaport was losing money. There was no way on the earth that they can sell this with any profitable value at the stock share price. Now right now it does seem like, it looks like it's a short squeeze coming up, gamma squeeze coming up, so people are buying massively to get the gain out of it. Many people bought it around $3-4. They sold it around $12, $13, $14, and then now it got back to $12. Now can it go back to 27? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but what I'm trying to say is play accordingly. Don't just invest everything blindly. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Again, this is only for the entertainment purposes. This is my personal opinion. You do your own due diligence. And this kind of a gamma squeeze or short squeeze have made people millionaires. But you want to play it too very carefully because it can drop and it can significantly go up just in a fraction of an hour or a second, who knows what. But if you really believe that it's going to happen, short squeeze, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll watch it together. If you take a look at the news, this is the news that I got a lot of questions around, that RedBox enters warrant exercise deal as heavy buyout spread remains. All it means is it's going to be, in my opinion, it's a stock dilution of 1 million that will be added into the float, and it will be more or less consumed by the retail transactions, retail buying that is happening at the moment. Will give an opportunity to Seaport to sell it about $11.50, which proceeds won't go to RDBX based on the warrants that were there when the SPAC deal was happened last year in 2021. Now there is a ton more discussion going around. It is roaring higher again today. That's what the Motley Fool says. If you take a look at RedBox Entertainment acquires North American rights to all these things. We have been talking about surging higher. RedBox is the dumbest meme stock, as Quartz mentions here in this article. You take it with a grain of salt, whatever you think in general. RedBox fans sound off on sell-only options. Pre-market trading, it's jumping up and down. RedBox stocks dropped 30% in short squeeze hypes and cools, so on and so forth. All in all, you want to also look into what the volume looks like. The average volume 20.9 million versus what we did on Friday, 13.6 million. Now in tomorrow's open market, we'll see how far this goes in terms of the volume and in terms of the stock price. But if you take a look, the volume was cut in half on Friday from 27 million that was on June 15th to almost 13.5 million, and our stock price was $15.27. It went as high as $18.20 on June 13th, and yesterday on Friday we saw that it went down all the way to below $10 mark, $9.80, and it quickly got back up and closed at $12.01. So you want to put that into perspective, because this stock was $3 at the end of May, or at the or mid-May rather, and from $3 it jumped up all the way to $18, which is 600% gain of the stock price, or 6x or 5x return. In other words, $100 became $600 at that time, and people might have sold it at that time. You want to take it with, once again, grain of salt. This is risk versus reward. But if you take a look at how fast it quickly dropped, and we saw that last year after the merger that happened with the SPAC deal, it dropped down. It was between $1 and $3, as I just mentioned, and with this short squeeze potential and the buzz going on, and became a meme stock, so on and so forth, it quickly jumped up to $8.53, dropped back down once again to $3, and we saw that jump back up all the way to $18 plus $18.50 ish, and right now we are looking at $12. If it goes back to $27, that will be more than doubling up, and that will be that could potentially create short squeeze as well and turn into gamma squeeze. But you want to note all these things down. I hope you like this video. Do not forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. I'll see you in the next video, and good luck.